As the saying goes, two sides of the same coin, or in this case, two iterations of the same motorcycle. The challenge is when a manufacturer has to make them stand apart, and BMW has managed to do it just right with their latest middleweight adventure motorcycles, the BMW F750GS and F850GS. We set out on a small adventure of our own, riding in the hills between tall trees and chasing sunsets.
In the past few years, adventure motorcycles have caught on with the Indian motorcyclist fancies, and with reason. These are motorcycles which can go anywhere, you can tour with them, you can travel long distances, hell, you can even cross continents with them. Now these motorcycles were primarily made famous by the 1200 GS by BMW. BMW now has two brand new motorcycles in a slightly lower capacity so that they can make it a little more affordable and a little more accessible. Introducing the BMW 850 GS and the 750 GS. ₹1 lakh separates both of these motorcycles, but is that all? Let's go ahead and find out.
Hopping aboard BMW's new F850 GS, it only took about 100 kilometers on the saddle before it felt just right as a big ADV. For bystanders, it's the look of an ADV that catches their attention. Both motorcycles definitely carry the industrial look of adventure bikes easily identifiable as BMW GS family members. The new LED DRL equipped headlamp further helps the motorcycle stand out, while the bare rear section and tail end of the motorcycles shout out their purposeful intent. The stainless steel high-set muffler is a prominent component at the rear section and is well insulated to not get hot even after a long ride. The feature list continues with off-road ready spoke wheels that allow tubeless tires to be mounted, a steering damper to control tank slappers, electronically adjustable rear suspension, and an optional 6.5-inch display that connects with your smartphone via Bluetooth through a mobile app for navigation and telephony. BMW also offers a unique controller for scrolling through the menus and selection of tabs that's handlebar mounted and easy to use. The 860mm seat height isn't low enough for the average Indian height, but BMW will not only offer you low seat options, but also a suspension lowering kit, dropping the stock seat height to 815mm. The F850 GS affords confidence to the rider through a comfortable and upright riding posture that helps in easily taking weight off the upper body and concentrating it around the wide but contoured fuel tank. Both motorcycles have perfect weight distribution with brilliant handling abilities. Even with a 21-inch front wheel and 90-section tread width on the 850's front tire, it confidently leads into corners and just as easily switches back on twisty roads. No drama, just immediate response to inputs that makes the handling intuitive.
Well, it's not just you, but the name definitely left me a little confused as well. We have the F850 and the F750, and technically one would think that 100cc separates both the motorcycles, but in a sense, they are powered by the same 853cc parallel twin motor. Now we have the 850, which produces 95 bhp and 92 newton meters of torque, and the F750 produces 77 horsepower and 83 newton meters of torque, slightly detuned from the full spec 850. Apart from these two factors, there are other things that separate these two motorcycles and make them stand apart as individual motorcycles. Let's go ahead and take a look at those features as well.
Winding the throttle of the more powerful 850 brings forth a mild-mannered response that helps negotiate slow-moving traffic. Until the twin cylinder starts pumping faster than 5000 RPM, where the rage of this parallel twin engine comes out in full force, devoid of vibrations, the parallel twin runs smooth, is tractable at any speed and RPM. The engine is mated to a smooth shifting 6-speed gearbox that has shorter initial ratios and wider 4th to 6th gear. Ride-by-wire affords the use of riding modes that are preset, however, Dynamic and Enduro Pro modes are optional extras. Even the 6.5-inch TFT is optional, and that's a real disappointment, considering the competition is offering these as standard. Sharing the same engines, however, does not make both motorcycles the same. BMW has managed to make them stand apart as two different motorcycles. Where the 850 comes across as a proper adventure package, the 750 is aimed at those aspiring for adventure while learning the ropes on the road. With a 19-inch front and 17-inch rear alloy wheels, narrow handlebar, conventional front forks, and 77 bhp 83 Nm of torque, the F750GS is designed to further lessen the initial intimidation of a new rider approaching a big ADV. The lesser power output makes the power delivery friendlier, while the smaller front wheel translates to sharper steering geometry. Astride the 750, it manages to feel like a much smaller machine that's a hoot to ride even in packed traffic. The 850 with its beefier 43mm upside-down front fork may be non-adjustable, but offers sublime ride quality and damping over varied surfaces. Off the tarmac, the 850 stays just as planted and poised, soaking up the rough terrain that trails have to offer. Braking also is an area where BMW haven't compromised, as the motorcycles come to a sure-footed stop under heavy braking and is easily modulated with the feedback from the lever. As good as the motorcycles may be, the 750 and 850 GSs do come with their share of negatives. While the front brake offers a good amount of feedback, there's considerable nosedive under heavy braking, and feedback from the rear brake is nearly absent. The rider's triangle is perfect for standing on the pegs and riding, but rear brake lever and gear shifter operations are greatly hampered. And a shocking miss out from the optional part catalogue is the absence of taller windscreens. The 750 GS, in fact, is a supremely friendly package that has been well thought out for a new rider. The 850 is the full-blown beast that tugs at an experienced rider's heartstrings while offering more equipment and power that justifies the lack rupees that separates them.